Hello, it's Jimmy here already. So I'm gonna have here arriving shortly a DPF diesel particulate filter that's blocked, and it's from a 2017 Peugeot 408. It's for a trade customer, so unfortunately, rarely, this is probably the first time I've done this on a video, we're not going to see the car, but we'll see the actual diesel particulate filter coming to me. That's a little bit better out of the sun there. So the reason it's coming to me is that it's had an on-car DPF clean, but it didn't last very long, sort of 20 minutes, half an hour down the road, lights back on, and it's still given a DPF blockage code. So what I've suggested to him, if it's got P242F code, it's probably got ash buildup. So get it over to me, we'll flush it out, stick that back on the car, and we should have a good result, as long as the DPF's not damaged or melted, as long as it's just blocked up with soot, ash, any of that. An on-car clean won't clear the ash. So if you get it over here to me, unfortunately it's coming from sort of Harlow area, so out of my region, but if he brings it over here to me, we'll just obviously finish working on a couple of cars here, bring it here to me. I've got the other van here with the DPF off-car cleaning machine in the back. We'll get it hooked up to that machine and we'll clean it out and see what the results are. We'll try and get a camera down inside the DPF to see what condition it's in. As long as it's not melted, the clean will be successful. Here he comes with the delivery. Okay, we're just having a look at the condition of the exit side of the DPF. Looks okay, although there is some crystallization you can see from the AdBlue injector, but that's no harm to the DPF. So unfortunately, because this has got obviously this swirl thing here, we can't get past that with a camera to see how much soot is actually built up on the DPF. Okay, so what we're doing is we'll put the adapter in there, tighten it down, connect it here, connect our water and cleaner in there. Obviously we'll let some DPF cleaner soak inside the DPF for 20 minutes before we put it on the machine here. That's the machine there that we're using. It's from Carbon Clean UK. Model is the DCS16. So what we're doing is just putting an overall there, just in case we get some splashes. You can see we do get some splashes depending on the design of the DPF. Now we're just going to pump our water. We've got a solution of water and DPF cleaner in there. Alright, we're going to put this onto auto. She's lit up. We'll give that a minute and she should kick out some cleaner. Any minute now. We've got the timer set on it, you see, so it should take a minute, but we'll get a kick in a minute and we'll see some fluid come out of here. It's quite a big DPF for a Peugeot 408. It looks like the one from a Citroen Relay, Peugeot Boxer.
Is it gonna go?
It'll go. The light's on it, yeah. I think there's like a minute delay on the button once you press it. Unless you want to press the manual button, I was gonna say. Start coming out in a minute. So what that does is it builds up enough pressure and then we'll get another kick. It swirls up air and water basically together to push the ash backwards, so it comes back the way it came from basically. We missed it there. See the red ash, the grey stuff? That is ash. Now we're going to give it another blast. Basically we're going to give it maybe 4 or 5 until we see the water run clean. See that stuff there? Once that starts running clean, that's when we know we've got a clean DPF, basically. That brown colour is the ash. You can see brown or red. So there's definitely ash built up in it. I think these sort of build up a little bit more ash than normal because of the Eli's as well. Eli's fluid that goes in. So this is the cleaning fluid that comes with it. Environmental technology. Stage 1. They've also got a stage 2 there, which is like a rinse after this has been in. So just put that in here. And we'll fill the rest up with water. It's about 5 litres. So this is just the way I do it anyway. It's about a litre of the cleaner in there, then we'll fill the rest of it up with maybe 5 litres of water. I'm not sure how many litres this holds actually.
6.
Don't know if that's a 6 litre or a 9 litre tub. But we fill it up. Got Johnny here doing the heavy lifting. Careful you don't hurt your back there. It's an awfully big drum.
Holy water.
10 litres. That's just the way we've got it set up in the back of the van there. It's mounted on the passenger side and it's run off an air compressor. Right, so that's full. 1000 watt air compressor, so Hyundai one. That's connected to that. Into there. So, and a 1000 watt inverter from Renogy in the back of the seat there. Okay, we'll let the fluid now get back in there, and you should get another couple of kicks out of it. That's another kick. Still red, so we'll have to do it until that stops coming out dirty like that basically. Might take 5 or 6 turns.
Turn it off for a minute, can't you?
That was one more there. Right, so we're just waiting for the next one now to go. We should start to clean. It's getting a little bit clearer now. A little bit better, but still bad. Waiting for the next turn. That was another one there. She's still quite dirty. Taking a fair bit. It's coming out a lot cleaner there now, but still, as you can still see a little bit of grey colour, reddish. Right, we're emptying, we'll start again. It's still coming. You know what the mileage was on this? And again. Right, we'll give this one a manual boost. See the difference between the soot and ashes? Soot comes out black, ash comes out red or grey. See the sort of red tint on the foam. And another one. Normally one full tank of this should do the job, but this is 3 times now we've filled that up, so it's taking a lot longer than the usual. And another one. Look at the red ash floating on the foam. Red. That's 4 10-litre buckets. And let's go for another one. Another one. Finally, I think that's as good as we're going to get it. Almost clear. Okay, now we can get this all disconnected. done. See, that's how it goes in there. It's got like a little splitter, so it sort of captures the splashback. It's got the brushes in there, but depending on the shape of the DPF, you can get some splash come off. That is the model number there for this machine. And there is your DPF. So we're just going to let that sort of dry out there for a minute. Unfortunately on this machine we don't currently have a dryer on this one because I wasn't sure if it would work with this current setup I've got in the van, a 1000 watt inverter. I think we need sort of 3000 watts if we're going to run the one. You can get an upgraded version to this, which is I think the DCS 17, that has a heater on it and a digital sort of printout receipt, not a digital receipt, a paper receipt, that sort of gives you the pressure after it's been cleaned. Now unfortunately for this, because we haven't got the car here, I can't now fit this to the car and show you the pressure's low, but if you look at my other videos, it works 100% of the time. As long as there's not, you can get a camera down there and you can see that the DPF is not melted, it always works. Sometime in the future we'll be looking at upgrading the inverter in the van and maybe upgrading this machine to the one with the printout of the pressure before and after and the dryer unit in it. So, but the dryer, it's not really needed. You put it on the car, you drive it for 5 minutes, you'll get a little bit of smoke until it dries off, but 5 minutes or so and then that will all be done. So that's it, it's all done now. I'll be going back to the mechanic here. He's taking it back to his garage. He's going to get that refitted back on the car. And we'll see you on the next video. See you next time.